Yo, what's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back, welcoming you to the post-fight show for Zepeda versus Arboleda, a lightweight clash for this Saturday, April 29th, broadcast live on Dazn. The fight card just wrapped up, and for a change, we get a chance to get out of the evening of boxing a little bit early. How about that? Yeah. But it was a short night because the co-main ended early. Second round, the main event ended early. Second round. So we get a chance to talk about this, and y'all get a chance to listen a little bit and go on about the rest of your weekend. But we had boxing today. I want to say salute to everybody out there, people coming in, those who may stop in just to say hello or hit the like button and keep it moving, whatever you're doing. We appreciate all of it, the activity. Very good weekend of boxing for me, huh? My weekend began a little early. I started Thursday evening when I went out to check out the George Foreman movie and was well pleased by what I was able to see in that little outing. And I did a review for some of you that may not know. It's up on the channel. Stormybman reacts to the film. Thought it was pretty good, so I gave a little review of it. But welcome, everybody. Smash the like button as you come into the building. Get a chance to talk about boxing from a different perspective, because some of these guys that fought on this card this evening, not too aware of them, and it's a bit of a drag coming in behind the big card last week that took place. So it's like, you know, I listened to our brother Tay Jones give a call of this fight. Great job, Tay. And he mentioned several times that not many people in the arena, not many butts in the seats. So maybe people kind of did it last week, you know, being that was the fight of the month, and people spent and did what they could with that event. One of the reasons why I like watching the matches at home, because I, less out of pocket when I'm there and watching, and I can tune in and watch this one, that one, and whatever. But it's always nice to be in the stadium as well and catch the events live, So with that being said, we'll get down to talking about this card. Now, going in, I did a breakdown video on this fight, and my concern was, although Arboleda, the Panamanian, would come in and give his all, when I saw him get stopped by Chris Colbert, I was concerned for him in this fight, because there was just something that I saw in that where I knew that William Zepeda from Mexico was a different type fighter. So I did not see Arboleda winning this fight at all. Regardless of what round it ended in, I just felt that he was not going to beat this fighter on this night. So I didn't know that he would go down so early. 3 times in the second round from pressure and body shots. And there was an abrasion under his left eye. Very early in the fight, because it was just going into the second round, and you could see when he was sitting on his stool in the corner that they were trying to tend to the abrasion. So it's obvious that William was hitting hard, fast, and frequent in this fight, and Arboleda just wasn't up for it. Once again, for the second week in a row, we get to see a main event stopped on body shots, huh? Let this be a lesson and a call out to the fighters out there that putting in the body work, hey, it can pay true dividends for you. Get that body work in, man. Some of you guys are head hunters and you want the picture perfect knockout by hitting somebody upside their head, not necessarily on the chin. You just think that you're so strong that you can whack someone upside the head and that'll be the end of things. But not necessarily. There have been people who could take a 2x4 to the head, and your little old fist with those fragile bones in it can be broken going upside a guy who has a thick skull, going upside their head. But the body, listen, where all your major organs are, hey, the body will check out, huh? Even though the mind might be willing, the body will say, hell no, no more, huh? Yeah! Yeah. So let that be a lesson to the headhunters out there. To put something in the oven, and bake at a nice 400 degrees of pressure, and I guarantee you it will pay off in the long run, We got Ryan Garcia and Jaime Arboleda that can attest to what I'm telling you. That's right. That's right. Let's see who we got in the building here this evening. Mangus Allen popped in first, saying, "What's up, man? What's up with you, man?" Kwee is out there saying, "What's happening? What's going on with you, Kwee?" Miss Just Do is out there saying, "Peace and love to you, brother." Right back at you, sister. I appreciate that. Ratchet since 91 is out there saying, "Yo, salute Stormy in chat." Kwee with those channel emojis. I appreciate that more than you know. I love to see the channel emojis out there. Miss Just Do says, "It's something about these second rounds." Yeah, Kwee. They said, you know what? The seats are kind of thin, so we're going to get this work in. Yeah! Bars. You know, Stormy still got them bars for y'all. You know, old man bars. Yeah. Kwee says, "Honestly, I just woke up a few minutes ago. I missed it." Well, Kwee, just imagine Ryan getting hit to the body and going down like 2 or 3 times in one round. That's what it was for this evening. You didn't really miss anything. Arboleda can probably still make it, to the train station, Yeah, without even being late. Knockdown Boxing, Sports, and Entertainment out there, a.k.a. Mr. Punch-Out, says, "Salute Stormy B, man. Just stopping through to drop a like." I appreciate that, But if you pull up a chair, you might learn something, And not necessarily from me, The chat got plenty to share. Drew Titan LLC, my brother's out there saying, "Yo, what's good with you, man?" Thrill Hill says, "Salute Stormy." Kwee says, "Bars. Wow. Yeah." Shower Allah's out there saying, "Salute Stormy in chat." Hey, Shower, you called it, You said 2 rounds and it'll be over, And that's exactly what it was. Yeah. William Zepeda was like, "Man, I don't even want to get no blood on my trunks. I might want to wear them in a fight in the future, till he start making some money, because Golden Boy ain't paying right now." Yeah, they had to give all that money to Ryan, and look what he did, all on the canvas, getting his sequins all dirty and everything. Yeah. But from a technical standpoint, William Zepeda came out blazing. We knew that he can do that because in his recent fight against Jojo Diaz, he broke a punch stat record for the amount of punches he threw in that fight. And I think Jojo is still flinching from shots being thrown at his head, even though that was months ago. So here we are. On this evening, Arboleda, who came into this fight saying, "Yeah, I want him. I don't believe the hype." Well, I think he believes it right about now, And his ribs and belly say they believe it, because the way he was flopping around on the canvas after that third knockdown, he looked like one of them fish that my dad used to pull out of the lake when we was fishing, and he toss it over there on the rocks and tell me, "Pull the hook out his mouth." And the fish was flopping around like that, doing the Arboleda. Yeah, that's what he looked like to me on the canvas. And I ain't trying to make fun, but I'm going to tell you something. You don't play boxing, You know that man can punch. You know that man was throwing high volume, but you wasn't even ready for it, You wasn't ready. I'm sure it wasn't your intent to go in there and lay down so soon. But you learned something tonight. Jaime, you learned. I hope you learned anyway. Shower says they should have told all those people to move down in the arena to make it look full. Or comp some tickets, huh? Since they do that for, that cheater out there, huh? That cheater dude who would fight on Showtime. I mean, not Showtime, on Top Rank. They would have his fights, and they darken the arena too. They put the darkest lights on when he come in there, huh? You know who I'm talking about.
If you wanna be down on the ground, okay.
Yeah, that's the one, huh? When he comes to the arenas, he don't sell them out like that. So they kind of turn the lights down low and have everybody come down near the front floor. Yeah, still got them bars for you. Yep. That's what it is. That's what it is. G5 Gabe in the building. What's good with you, G5? He says, salute Sensei. And the chat, Shower says, he was indicating them ribs was hurting after the second knockdown. Shaking my head. Yeah, he wasn't protecting them too well either, was he? Huh? He didn't know what to do. Huh? He didn't know. Huh? Look at the lovebirds greeting each other in the chat. Y'all sitting about 10 feet from each other in the house. Or probably one at one end of the bed and the other at the other end. Y'all playing footsie. But y'all speaking to each other in the chat like you ain't seen each other in 24 hours. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Huh? Really? Yeah. Shower's laughing. Queequee's laughing. Alfred Yasharala is out there saying, salute Stormy Sensei, salute to you. Shower says, they don't want to scare the women and children from seeing a real live org. Yeah. I know, Queequee. That's what I said when I said, huh? Hey, listen. Romance is fine, I ain't making fun of you. I'm just pointing it out because I know what's go down. Remember, I already been there with y'all doing, huh? And I have to put distance now. It ain't all about getting all up under me and that thing. I need some elbow room, huh? I need to be able to flex up in here, huh? You'll get to that stage, huh? And don't y'all get mad at each other when you start feeling that way. Just recognize what Stormy said one time. Stormy said we need some space. So you go downstairs and I'll go upstairs, or you go in the backyard and I go up in the attic, huh? Because space is space. It ain't like go to the next room, huh? Get in the car and go take a drive for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, that's what you do, huh? That's real space, huh? When you do it like that, you own something. I'm telling you, that's the way it works. You'll thank me later, huh? That's right, relationship advice by Stormy B Man. You'll be together for 50 years, huh? But you have to spend 25 of them kind of apart. Yeah! That's right. I'll tell you, man, it's easy, huh? It's easy. Yeah. That's how you do that. We got William Old School out there. I see you, William. What's good with you, man? Salute to G5 out there with that member milestone, the Todai. He says, Sensei, we have our space. It's needed. Thanks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Huh? Just a reminder, a friendly reminder. That didn't even mean that y'all don't know. If you figured it out this stage, you'll go far. Huh? You'll go very far. And people will be wondering like, man, how do y'all do it? How do you, man, it's like, what's in the water? They don't know that y'all didn't see each other for a few hours, huh? In the same property before you got to wherever they was asking you those questions, huh? This is good stuff. Telling you. Alfred says this fight is just more proof that Riri quit. Talking about Ryan. Good work by Zepeda. Listen, man. And I was talking with Tay Jones over his live this evening. The consensus is that Ryan quit. But if you go back and you watch, don't watch the knockdown and he's on his knee and the ref counting. Go back and look at the exchange of punches. I had said in Tay's chat that Ryan had thrown a left, but it was actually a right. But he threw a right, and when you punch, you exhale. Tank Davis scored knockdowns on counter shots twice in that fight because he's a well-trained fighter, very experienced fighter, places his punches well, and knows how to counter. When you know how to counter, and I've had this lesson, I've had my Tuesday tussles. If you're out there and you missed it, shame on you. It's in the archives, go back. But I've talked about the best time to hit an opponent is when they're trying to hit you. It's the one and only moment that they are totally open when they're throwing a shot at you. But you have to be versed in counterpunching and understand what punch to throw at the time that they're open. When Ryan threw that first punch that led to that left uppercut that Tank nailed him with, he never saw the shot and he went down flat on his rear end. And he had a befuddled look on his face because when he got hit, he never saw the shot. So he was trying to figure out, what did he hit me with? Let alone the fact that he was hurt, because I think that was the shot that made his nose start bleeding really bad too. But that second knockdown was a case of him throwing the right hand, and Tank slipped under it and threw a left to the floating rib area and nailed him while Ryan was exhaling, because when you throw the shots and you go, shh, you exhale. So he got hit in the floating rib area with a solid shot, not even the hardest punch that Tank could throw. Just like when Tank caught Rolly coming in and he threw that counter left that Rolly didn't see. It wasn't even the hardest punch that Tank threw in that fight, but he nailed him a shot because it was a perfect time shot. He knew the counter to throw. And when that happened, Ryan, who had already exhaled, was ready to do some more, and then you notice he took the steps back. The steps that he took back, he realized he didn't have his wind, so he took the knee. When he took the knee, the ref started counting, and he needed about 15 seconds to get back, and he didn't have it because it's only a 10 count. So for those of you who say he could have got up, let's go to Stormy's gym and let me hit you in your floating rib after you throw a shot and exhale, and let's see how you respond to that shot. Yeah. And we'll see how fast you hop up. Now, for those other athletes out there who play other sports, football, baseball, basketball, it's similar to when you fall on the ball. and people land on top of you. If you've ever played football and you got tackled and they pile on you and that air goes out your body, you lay there for a minute. They have to call timeout on the field, take you off the field so they can resume play, because you can't just pop back up from that and get back in the huddle. You go to the sidelines for a play or two, then you come back in after they make sure you got your wind back. It happens, especially in football. Especially in football. That's a perfect example of it. There's a lot of guys who have had that situation happen. I remember a football game in the early 70s when Fred Williamson, the Hammer, who was out there laying dudes out on the football field. And that's why he was called the Hammer. Because Fred Williamson, when he played in the NFL, that's what he did to people, man. But you know what? Fred got taken off the field one time. He took a real big hit and they knocked the air out of the Hammer. And when they carted him off the field, there was a couple of players that said, "Hey, what happened to the Hammer, man?" The Hammer was hammered. Yeah. It goes around and it comes around. So you got to learn it, man. And when you learn it, I'm going to tell you something. If you learn it when it counts, you won't let it happen again. You won't let that happen again. So Rye, he probably mad at himself that he couldn't get up. But it happens like that. Keep watching boxing, man. Keep on. Salute to 704 Joe out there. He says smash the like button now. Yes, sir. Edgar Chavez in the building as well, saying salute OG in the chat. Salute to you as well. Alfred says, facts, that counter was the perfect shot. You have to know the shots to throw. Listen, what made Mike Tyson so effective when he was very good on his way toward the championship? Mike Tyson was well trained to be in a defensive posture, the peekaboo style. And the success off of the peekaboo style was that when you threw a shot at Mike, Mike could slip. You throw a straight punch, he could slip twice. You throw a hooking punch, he could slip 3 times. But the whole ideology was to evade your shot and come back with combinations. Now, the punches that Mike would throw were never the similar sequence of regular boxing punches like the 1-2 or the 1-2-3. Mike would throw a hook to the head and a hook to the body. Opposite punches for opposite hands. He'll throw a right to the head and a right to the body, or a right to the head on one side and a left to the head on the other side, followed by a right to the body, or a variation of that, depending on which hand was the lead hand that he would throw with the punches. Now, understand how that works in science, because if you got a puncher with fast hands, that's one thing. But Mike was a guy who had fast hands and a heavy punch as well. So if he's nailing you a shot in one area, your response naturally is going to be to get cover over that area where he's throwing. But if he follows up with the other shot at a different angle and a different height, meaning up top or down low or something like that, you can't block everything at once, which is why combinations are the effective way to break through on a fighter. Tank Davis, who can really punch at his weight class, has fast hands, but he also can punch with precision because he knows punch placement. There is a science to this all. Just like you guys can look at Shakur Stevenson and watch him box and do what he does effectively, because Shakur has a technique about himself that is not unlike Mike Tyson's peekaboo when he was very good. Shakur can stand in front of you and off of the shots that you throw at him, whether he decides to slip them, weave them, duck under them, counter them, roll and counter, catch and shoot, whatever he decides to do, he understands the science of what you're throwing, how to counter back at it. And you learn that in the gym with being taught and someone schooling you saying, okay, he throws this shot, you throw that shot. Or if he throws something too frequently, you counter it this way. These are the tidbits of teaching and instruction that make me say that the coaching today is very poor, because more fighters fought like that in the older days, just a couple of generations ago, on a regular. But guys like that today are usually the most intelligent fighters of today. They don't want to necessarily get hit too much, so they make sure that they shore up their defenses. Not just the coach reminding them, but they're thinking about it. And I tell you something else that's attached to that. When they recognize the fact that they're having success off of doing these things, it encourages them to do more. And then the mind begins to go to work and say, let me try this. Let me try that. This is how you build. But y'all don't hear me though. I'm giving you something. But you probably, playing footsie with your partners, or smoking on them tweeds, or drinking, or whatever, huh? But I told you, huh? And when you come back and you say something stupid, I'm going to say F+, you know what I'm saying? And get your helmet ready. Yeah. Alfred says, the All Access Riri admitted that he didn't want to continue because of his rib, but Arboleda got dropped multiple times to the body in the same round. Zepeda snatched dude's body. Listen, Ryan can say whatever now. The fight is over. But it's in the moment how you respond. It's in the moment. And understand, he was in there with a fighter that could finish him. That wasn't Luke Campbell Soup, huh? This was Tank, huh? And which would you like your nickname to be, Tank or Luke Campbell Soup, huh? Two different pedigrees right there. Yeah. Two different pedigrees. It makes a difference, I tell you. G5 says, talk about it. Shower says, facts OG. And she says, and he tried to catch his breath, and every time you saw him visibly grimace. Yep. Edgar Chavez is saluting. Alfred says, it makes total sense. Them body shots ain't no joke. Yeah, and Mike Tyson early in his career was a tremendous body puncher. Most people think of Mike Tyson cracking somebody upside the head and knocking them out. He knocked a lot of guys down by landing a single shot, but he didn't knock a lot of guys out with the single shot. He knocked guys out with a succession of shots. Combination punching. Combination punching. Mike Tyson got rid of guys with a foo, 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 and the guy was gone. Not usually a poof. That big shot dazes you. And understand this about getting hit with big shots sometimes. Sometimes they can shake you up, rock your world, make you wobbly and everything, but they don't get you out of there. But they can make you hear whistles and bells and all of that, huh? Birds singing in your ear. But a sharp shot that hit you on your chin, on that mandible, or that, I can't say that word, but Scrapbook knows, when you get hit with that particular shot on your jaw, pinpoint accuracy, that'll make you go to sleep, because your legs do a funny thing and you just go down. It's like hitting a nerve. Yeah. Alfred says, smash the like button. Like Zepeda, smash that body tonight. Yeah. Kwee is laughing. William says, I got my helmet on. Hey, William, by the way, how's those ribs doing, bro? How your ribs? Shower says, we hear you, Sensei. When you look at that Stevens match tonight, he could benefit from that type of drilling. Coach Shields had to tell him to go to the body, but so much more was missing. Yeah, and you know what I saw about him, Shower? This is very interesting. The way he fights, Mike Tyson's old custom model peekaboo style would be very good for that kid. You have to have a certain type of dimension and movement, and he's capable of that, but Ronnie don't teach that, but he could show him tapes and films, and they could practice, and they can get something going on that, bring a slip bag into that gym, that little swinging slip bag. We used to have one in our gym, and you get him to start moving that upper body because he's young. He can do that. Practice, because he needs to throw punches in combinations. And since he likes to hook, Ronnie's got to get him to throw his hooks shorter and more compact. His hooks are a little bit too wide, and that fighter that he fought tonight, what was his name? Marco Paraban. He was giving him shots straight down the middle, huh? And he could catch him because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So while Stevens is moving in to open up the punch, he's throwing those shots straight down the line and catch him first. Yeah. And then if he's pumping the jab, he's keeping him on the outside. But notice he didn't get under that jab. He didn't get over to the left or right of the jab. He was just being stopped by the jab. A lot of teaching to be done there. Yeah. Mangus Allen says, good teaching is gone. Had to teach a person how to make rice correctly. Yeah. But how about people being interested in learning? That's gone too, huh? Because you got Google and the internet, and that makes everybody an expert, huh? Ain't that right, Drew Titan? If you're still out there, the internet will make you an expert, but you'll still make some mistakes, won't you, huh? That's a private thing between me and Drew Titan, because we was having a discussion about some stuff. Yeah. William says Mike was good at working the body early in his career, just like you said. Yeah. And he was good at putting his punches together. And he kept his defense tight, his chin tucked. People was wondering if he could take a punch because he kept his chin tucked so well that most of your punches was going off of his shoulders or off of his gloves or missing entirely because his upper body movement was so good. Mike had a thing that he could do where he could move his body like in a figure 8 when he was weaving. You don't see that anymore. And that was a style that Cus D'Amato taught. Floyd Patterson used to use it, but he didn't have the athleticism that Mike Tyson had, nor the power, of course. But you saw with a guy like Mike what Cus could do because of that athleticism. And once Mike got good in doing that, they didn't have to worry. Shower says, I could see Stevens using that style. Absolutely. He could stand to be more accurate as well. Yep. Bang. Interest in learning is a lost art. There you go. You see, I talk about this all the time on my channel. What do you think my Tuesday Tussle is about? Most people probably think that I be ragging on these guys, but it's not ragging on them if I'm telling you the facts. The facts that I tell you is that there's a lot being left out in the class. A lot being left. Even footwork, huh? Because in that fight that you saw this evening, the main event, Zepeda versus Arboleda. Arboleda's footwork was not going to allow him to handle Zepeda's volume. You have to know how to move your feet. And if you notice, he got his feet crossed up a couple times in that first round, and Arboleda scored wonderfully because his feet was crossed up and it looked like he was stumbling and hurt, but he was off balance and awkward because he couldn't get out of the way of the volume and he didn't know how to handle it. William says, Stormy B-Man, what happened to accuracy? I've been noticing that a lot of the young fighters today can't hit the blind side of a barn. Yeah. What's happened to it is, I'll tell you this, William. They get in the gym and they say, hey, we want you to spar a few rounds. Go give so-and-so a few rounds. And they get in there and they start fighting in the gym. In the meantime, the coaches, trainers, whoever's working in the gyms be standing on the side chewing gum, drinking water. Whoo, ah, yeah. Whoo, get him, hit. Yeah. They're not teaching anything. They're not teaching. Just because you rumbling in the gym, that's a fight that you ain't even getting paid for. Why you not working on technique? Why you not working on how to slip and get out of the way of those punches? Why you not working on your footwork? How to move in the ring? How to cut the ring off on somebody? How to get out of the way that somebody is trying to cut the ring off on you? Teaching. And for those who say things like the style is all wrong for someone, you're a fighter. There's not supposed to be a style wrong for you if you have been schooled, educated, taught how to box. Anybody can ball their fists up and throw punches. Some can hit harder than others. Some can throw the punches faster than others. Some can hit hard and punch fast as well. But everybody can't protect themselves. I've watched an advanced age Floyd Mayweather Sr. teaching people in the gym how to block punches with their shoulder and keep their chin tucked, and to give them the shoulder instead of your face and the rest of your body. That man's at an advanced age. I don't know how old Floyd Mayweather Sr. is, but he's teaching some people, and some people pick up on it. But for the most part, there's not a lot of guys absorbing the teachings of how to hit and not be hit, how to stand in the eye of the storm and not take damage or punishment. It's a lost art. Macadas Mac is in the building saying salute to the Grandmaster Stormy B-Man. Salute to you, Macadas Mac. William says a few things are missing from the young fighters: accuracy, body work, and throwing combinations. Shaking my head. Yep, and proper footwork. William, proper footwork, and that means whether you are advancing offensively or moving around defensively. Keeping your feet spread too far apart. I call it the Van Damme school of boxing, where they practically doing Van Damme splits with their legs spread so far. This ain't OnlyFans. This is boxing man's. Yeah. Yeah. William said, Shower, go pull up fights from the 70s, 80s, and 90s and watch the differences. It's amazing how the sport and the art has diminished. Yeah, because even those who train, even former fighters who are training guys now, are not training them with the techniques that they learned. That's really absurd right there, huh? They're not. You guys remember Vasily Girov, who fought James Toney and was cruiserweight champ and all of that? Girov and Drew Titan had him on his show. But that guy talked about his trainer putting him in there and sicking dogs on him, Dobermans and German Shepherds. And he had to fight them dogs off of him and stuff like that. It's like, you might think, oh, that's cruel. But if you can fight a dog off of you, you can get in there and fight a man off of you. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Taking the guy out into the lake and making him swim so many miles back to shore and stuff, the guy damn near drowned. I'm telling you, man, there's some old school stuff. If these old wusses today, they couldn't make it, man. They don't even want to run, huh? How many fighters you know that don't put the mileage in running, and they be fatigued after 4 rounds, blowing? It's 4 rounds, bro. We going 12. I'm telling you, man. And when I say these things, there's somebody gonna get mad. I don't give a damn you get mad because I'm telling the truth on you, huh? Like Bruce Lee told James Longstreet on that show Longstreet, once more, let's go, huh? These guys want to quit, but they at the club all night or chasing down some female on OnlyFans or something like that, huh? Or Instagram models. I don't even know why that's a thing. Instagram models. Instagram 403s, huh? Yeah. See, in order to be a guru of teaching boxing, you have to have a certain mindset. It's just like being a teacher in school, huh? Whether it's grade school, high school, college, what they call it, continuing education, whatever. Professors, you have to have an absorption of what you do to be able to drive your points home. And all your students are not going to be A students. Some will barely make it. Some won't make it at all. And there will be a handful who will be very successful because it clicks with them. It's the same thing. Mentoring in life is the same thing. That's why I talk about on my Tuesday Tussle, I try to put these points out there. But see, y'all would rather listen to some foolishness, huh? About whether or not Earl and Bud's fight is going to be announced, huh? At the next event. Y'all would rather listen to that and debate on it and everything. Yeah! But I be trying to drop information there to help you see what you're looking at better, huh? And if you happen to be a fighter listening to my tidbits, it would really help you if you absorbed it, huh? And then start to try to apply it. Especially if you have a trainer or a mentor or a coach that's working around you, that's not giving you what I'm talking about. Application is the best way. You take it and you say, hey, I'm going to use this, and you get it done. William says, everyone talks about Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, but one of my favorite skilled fighters was Michael Spinks. His skill levels was off the charts. Yes. But see, when people talk about Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, or Floyd Mayweather and Tommy Hearns, that shows you how short-sighted they may be, because there are so many other fighters. Even a fighter from that era, Wilfredo Benitez, you don't hear a lot of people talking about him. And that guy was every bit as skilled and diverse as Floyd Mayweather Jr. Benitez became a world champion at welterweight at 16 years old, 17 years old. Yeah. And he fought all of those guys in the Fabulous Four with the exception of Marvin Hagler, because he never went up to middleweight, but he went up to junior middleweight. He fought everybody. Shower says, my husband hates this CrossFit training they do for boxing now. He always says it's unnecessary. Let me tell you a secret, Shower. And that stuff kind of matriculated and creeped in to boxing as some of the real sages got older and older, right? Those leeches jumped in there because they could get paid. As a so-called coach or trainer coming in like that, you could make money off of these fighters, helping them think that you're getting them into fitness. But I'm going to tell you something. The floor exercises that a fighter does, the miles that he runs every day, the gym work, the bag work, the shadow boxing, and sometimes doing something like chopping trees or a physical activity of repetitive muscle stretching and things of that nature. That's all you need. Not even weights, because the old trainers didn't believe in having their fighters lift weights. That's why you didn't see a whole bunch of muscular fighters back in the day. The muscles they had were from being in good condition and running a lot. Sometimes you'll find a muscular guy because that was genetic. That's how he's built. You ever seen somebody that's a little bitty boy? He could be 6 years old, and you see he's going to be a muscular guy because how his genetics. He came out the womb like that. There are certain fighters who are built that way. But you take other guys. You look at Ali. Ali was not a sculpted Adonis, but he was an in-shape guy, 215, 216, 6'3", 80-inch reach. He was fit, but he could dance on his toes for 12, 15 rounds. You can't get guys to shadow box for 12 or 15 rounds today. But these young folks want to compare whoever's boxing okay today to Muhammad Ali. Get the hell out of here, will you please? William says, G5 Gabe, I guess me and Stormy were spoiled coming up. We watched the best the sport has to offer. These young guys today don't even compare. Shaking my head. Listen, William, we were blessed to see it because it had not ended yet. We were very blessed. Not spoiled. Because we looked at it and we saw it for what it was, and we understood that, hell, I don't want to be a fighter. Do you know what it requires to be a fighter? Do you see the guys that are getting in the boxing today? And it's like they don't even be embarrassed when they get in there and lay eggs. Did you see De La Hoya's cousin tonight? That was that second round knockout too. That was De La Hoya's cousin. They said he had been off for 130 something days or whatever. He ain't fought. And he come in there and he lay an egg like that. Did he think that the namesake was going to win the fight for him? He came out there. Tay was calling the fight. I'm watching him. Tay said it was a close first round. And he said, I don't know who I'll give it to. I said to Tay, in this chat I said, I'll give it to, what's the kid's name that won the fight? Morales? Yeah, Victor Morales. I gave it to Morales because his shots look crispier. He looked more sharp. Now, De La Hoya was opening up. Diego De La Hoya. He's opening up and winging his shots early in the fight. It's halfway through the first round. But I'm looking at Morales and how he's throwing his shots, and his shots are like 1-2 straight down the middle. And De La Hoya was trying to throw similar shots, but he was throwing hooking shots. But Morales' shots was coming straight down the middle. Now, I just said a while ago in this show, I said the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And when it came out for the second round, De La Hoya started winging them shots again, and Morales threw a short left hook inside of his wide shots and hit him on the chin and knocked him down. And he went down, and he didn't even see the shot because he's so busy winging, trying to be a tough guy. Tough guys get hurt in the sport. How many times, those of you who listen to my show and my discussion on the sport, how many times have I spoken about tough guys? And I said, and I requoted Mike Tyson, who once said that. He said, tough guys in this sport get hurt. And what happened to De La Hoya? He got hurt. There was blood everywhere. I thought that somebody slashed him with a razor blade, across an artery, And when he went down the second time, he went down on his gloves first, and then he took a knee, and then he just kind of looked around like, man, forget this. This ain't, Oscar lied to me. Yeah. Yeah. You don't play boxing. That's what I wrote in Tay's chat. And I don't try to make fun of these men. This is how they've chosen to earn a living, right? But I will speak disparaging on the fact that when you half-ass it, this can happen to you. And if you have no shame, you don't need to be in the game, because the thing about it is, I wouldn't want to go out there and show my ass and get my ass whooped like that. You see what I'm saying? Shower says, exactly. And everyone running around here muscled up for what? Yeah, because they think it's a body beautiful contest. It's like girls who stand up in the mirror and take pictures of themselves with the cell phone, and they got to turn and show they side view or their posterior, and they clicking and clicking. It's like, what are you doing? What is all that about? Some got bigger rumps than others. It's just the way it is. It's genetics, But you out there, you trying to push it out and all that. What is that? Get out of here. These guys are doing the same thing. Do you see them standing there with those poses, trying to flex their muscles and show their abs and stuff? That has never won a fight. Not one single time. I've seen guys with beer belly guts hit a guy on the chin and knock him cold. Sleep. Snoring. William says all these fighters with muscles don't have good cardio, and a good example is AJ and Caleb Plant. Yeah, AJ looked so swole up for the fight against Jermaine Franklin. I was like, look at this dude. You know what? He should stop boxing and just become a professional bodybuilder. That's what he should do. Alfred says, exactly. Them muscular fits can backfire big time. Well, they require more blood and oxygen too. That's why these guys get so winded. It's heavier than fat. You can have a guy with a pot belly out there fight for 15 rounds and have a guy out there with muscles gas out by round 6. Huh? Ernie Shavers, who was one of the biggest punchers in boxing, was good for 4 rounds. If you could get past 4, you could get him, because Ernie gonna take a dive to the canvas by round 7 or 8. Because he like, I shouldn't be here. He think he should hit you upside your head within the first 3 and get you up out of there. Anything after that, Ernie was like, no good. Shower says, facts, old school, and they should run around flexing looking like they should be bodybuilding. Yeah. One Round with George is in the building. What's good with you, George? He says, look at George Foreman in his second career. Not an ab in sight, dropping fools. Yeah. Hitting them right upside their head and their chin and everything else. Hitting them to the body. He hit Burt Cooper in the body. You know, Burt Cooper used to like to use that cross-arm defense. And George Foreman hit him to the ribs and knocked him sideways. George, you might remember that fight. And Burt Cooper stumbled to the side. And when that bell ended for that round, Burt Cooper went to the corner and said, I don't want no more. I can't go no more. And they interviewed him after the fight. They was talking about holding up his purse, remember? And he interviewed, he told them Sean O'Grady and Al what was it? What was his name? Not Al Bernstein, but come on, help me out, George. But he told him, he said, I can't get hit by that guy like that. He was like, he can kill somebody. He was talking about George Foreman. And George Foreman, when he interviewed after the fight, he was like, look at this guy, 26 years old, and he quitting on the stool. I'm nearly 40. He was like, and I got these guys, you know, they don't want to continue. He's like, I'm an old man, and I'm going to do the same thing to Mike Tyson when I fight him. Yeah. Al Michaels, I think. Not Al Michaels. Al Michaels was the football guy. Dang. I can't remember his name. Well, see, now, George, now you shouldn't have said that, because I'm getting ready to go in on you, George. You come in here and you telling me that I should go see the Foreman movie. Chat, let George know what I got to say about that. I ain't gonna tell him. Y'all tell him, huh? Chat, tell George. George Yakovic in the chat there, he's suggesting I go see the Foreman movie. He says, go see the Foreman movie, Stormy. So chat, tell him, let him have it right now. Don't time him out, but tell him, somebody write in the chat. Tell him, Cause I ain't gonna say nothing. Jared 011 Green, what's good with you? He says, salute Stormy in chat. Help me out with that, chat. Tell him. Tell him. See, he bold with it now. He's like, tell me, tell him. There you go, Shower. See, that's my girl there. There you go, Shower. There you go. Teach him. George, F+, get to the back of the class. Yeah. No, there is no forgiveness. There's only a seat in the back for you, George. There's a seat in the back. It's got your name on it, your name on the desk, and a little triangle hat to put on. Yeah. I saw the film, George, Thursday night, a pre-screening, and I've already uploaded a review on it. Stormy B-Man reacts, Yeah, and you need to watch the review, George, since you ain't seen it yet, Or if you have seen it, you didn't mention that you seen it, but you still should see my review on the movie, because guess what? It's pretty darn good. it's right up there with Ali, with Will Smith. I'm just funning with you, George. But yeah, I've seen it, bro. I've seen it. And I made it a point to see that. I haven't seen Creed 3 yet because I felt I would wait for that. But this right here, because it was on Big George Foreman, I said, let me go check it out. And I was right there. Right there. But I do see, this lets you know, this is how Stormy be studied up, man. Look at William. George come to the back and hang out with me. That's right, cause William be up there. I do my part, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's all love, George. It's all love, man. But see, I just use that as a moment to say, hey, I was there on opening night, man. You know what I'm saying? Prior to opening night, actually. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. You see? Because I be ready. You know, Stormy got to come out punching, bro. Huh? And I can't take too many because I'm getting old. Huh? So I got to get mine in first. William says 704 Joe. What you talking about? You been in the back of the class. Yeah, Shower says, hell, I've been back there once, but you know what? Shower then leapfrog and got back to the front. So she all good now. She looking back at y'all like, y'all still back there? Yeah, that's right. Huh? You gonna sit back there at the back. Listen, you might as well, if you're gonna be in the back. And this the part, I don't know if George been around to catch this part, but since he here this evening, we can share a little bit more education for him. Huh? Because when you get to the back of the class, George, and you be back there for a minute, we got a special, a little video clip for you. Man, that bus doing the willy is Who the hell riding in that thing? You gotta have the helmet on extra tight if you on that bus, man, because there's a rough ride. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Man, I tell you, y'all are crazy, man. But you see, Shower answered that question. I said, Y'all tell him. Shawa come right out with the right answer. See, she learned quick. I don't know what's wrong with y'all other slow folks back there. Some of y'all just like being back there, I guess. But Shawa said, none for me. She says, I was back there once. That was all. She looked around and said, you know what? I don't like how it smelled back here. And she got back up to the front. She says, you driving 704. Man, I tell you, I see that bus coming down the street. I'm getting off the curb, sidewalk. I'm getting out of the way because that wheelie popping bus, I don't want no parts of that. No, I'll walk. Thank you. Man. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all make me get crazy up in here. But yeah, looking at those fights this evening, they were, they were good for just, regular boxing matches. But that Esteban Villalobos and Frederick Lawson fight, I thought that Villalobos won that fight, to be honest with you. I didn't think that Frederick Lawson won that fight. I thought that the tide changed around the fifth round, the sixth round, excuse me. And I thought the Villalobos came on, but they gave Lawson the victory. But it was a good contrast of styles. Villalobos was, aggressive, coming on, puncher. And Fred Lawson was trying to box. He had a very sharp jab, but he didn't have enough power to keep this guy honest. And he didn't seem to know how to fight on the inside either. Again, an incomplete fighter. A guy who could pop a jab, but that's all he could do. No body punches, no hooks to the body, no uppercuts to the breadbasket. None of those things that could make this guy rethink things in there. And again, when you talk about a fighter being incomplete, this is what happens. If you're fighting stiffs or guys on paper that you should win against all the time, and you step up in there against someone who presents a different problem, what you gonna do? Yeah. So yeah. George says, I missed the fights tonight, watched the replay of Davis Garcia, and watched the all access epilogue. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that all access epilogue. I haven't watched that yet. Opulent LD TV says, that's all you, OG. Shower says, Lobos controlled that whole fight. Lawson was gifted. Wasn't he though? See, you know what? I like Shower got a high ring IQ, y'all. She called that fight tonight the main event. She said 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better start listening to Shower, man. She know what she doing. Huh? Her and her husband be over there watching boxing. They probably be, picking fights and stuff, and she probably be besting him over there. But that's good that you pay attention, Shower. You looking at the right thing. You're seeing boxing through the correct lenses. I have to give it to you. I got to give it to you. Young Hollywood is in the building. What's good with you, Young Hollywood? She says, don't listen to me. She's on the streak right now. You know, she's on a hot streak. George is asking, when you gonna gift me with being on another show with you? Hey George, hey, I got a Tuesday tussle coming up. You want to be on there this coming Tuesday? I'll have you on. You're more than welcome to join me. You know that. You know that. This coming Tuesday. Love to have you on, bro. It's not a problem at all. By the way, George, I'll be dropping my video premieres in the mornings before Drew Titan's morning show. And between the 8 and 8:15 mark of the day of the morning, I've been putting out some good content. Scrapbook Boxing sent me a message today. He said, man, Stormy, you cooking over there. So, you know, if Scrapbook gives me that compliment, it's solid. So you got to tune in, man. Keep an eye on my channel, bro. Keep an eye on my channel, because I'm out here. See, some of these folks be asleep, man. Yeah, so George, I'll even write it down so I'll have you on for Tuesday Tussle this coming Tuesday. And I'll let you know what the subject is. I'll send you a text message and let you know. He says, Scrapbook is legit. More than that, he is it. Huh? That's the way I say it. Scrapbook is it. I look towards Scrap for a lot of, reassurance. Shower says, I'm trying to learn all I can. Nothing wrong with that. I wish some of these fighters would be that way. They fare so much better in the ring and would have more confidence going in against opposition. That's what people need to do. Be better, do better. Huh? Yeah, so it's time for William Zepeda to step it up now. He turned down a fight with Shakur Stevenson. He can't keep fighting the Arboledas. He's going to have to get in there against somebody good. If he doesn't get in there against somebody good, then, and fight more opponents like who he fought tonight, I'm not going to be giving him credit for that. Because when he beat Jojo Diaz, he beat a former world champion. This guy was a level below that. And so he can't keep doing that. He got to step up. He turned down that fight against Shakur Stevenson. Fight somebody now. And he can get in there against Isaac Cruz or somebody. You just get in there with somebody who can fight. Stop beating up on guys on paper that they know you're going to win against. I know they're trying to angle him for a title because there's so many belts out there. But forget that. Make some good fights. Make some good fights and the people will come out to watch good fights. Mr. Sheldon, what's going on with you, bro? William says, I'm beginning to think that most of these fighters today don't watch a minute of film on their opponents. It's like they've never seen their opponents fight before. Shaking my damn head. Yeah, man. You can tell who's students of the games and who's not. And it's not a lot of students of the game today. It's not. It's not. And even when fighters are following boxing, they're not following them in the sense of trying to learn or be studying for an opponent or something. There's fanboy stuff. Like the Charlos being fans of Canelo to the point that they say they want to fight him, but they won't call him out. And stupid stuff like that. Come on, man. Yeah. There's fighters that used to chase each other down, showing up at the press conferences, talking about guys' wives and stuff like that. They used to anything to get them fools in the ring. George says, Stormy, so many fighters are saying Garcia quit. Besides being accused of cheating, quitting is probably the biggest negative you could say about a fighter. Well, I know one thing. All them people that's saying, fighters, they're saying that Ryan quit, let them take that tank body shot and see how they feel about that. And let me see and check and see if they underwear don't get soiled. Huh? Yeah. That's right, George. I agree 1,000%. I agree. Well, think of it too like this. Tank been fighting since he was a little boy. What was he, like 7? And he was a little bitty guy in that ring. He been boxing a long time. So he's been in there. And from Baltimore, where he's from, there's good fighters coming out of there. And he learned some things. And he's good. He's got talent. They don't want to give him the credit. Listen, when it's all said and done, he will be one of the best of his era. He will be. And he will be spoken of. But he'll be spoken of more as long as he fights the guys going forward that we need to see him fight. We need to see him fight Lomachenko. We need to see him fight Haney. We need to see him fight Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin. These are all guys, they should be in there with each other. They should be in there with each other. Michelle Rivera. All them guys need to be fighting. Yeah, Alfred, and what their trainers have to tell them ain't much. That's the worst part of it. That's the worst part. Man, look at this. I got over 100 and something views, man, and only 38 likes. Are you serious? Are you really serious kidding me, man? That I've been on now for, what, an hour and 15 minutes, and all I have is 38 likes, but so many people have come by this channel to look in on Stormy B, man. You guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's really an insult, man. It's really an insult. I've dropped some gems in this show. Spoke on particularities of the sweet science, mixed in with a little humor and a lot of fact. And this is what I get in return. It's okay, George. I'll hit you up on Tuesday to let you know what the subject gonna be for the show for Tuesday evening. But I'm not going to I'm not gonna continue to allow my energy to be drained like this. I have to protect myself. And the way I feel right about now is not a pleasant thing. It's not a pleasant thing to feel. It's not a pleasant thing to see. Salute to Joe the Beast out there. Super chat says salute Stormy B Man in chat. Appreciate you, Joe the Beast. But I've had my fill of this for this evening because I was cooking so much I hadn't even paid attention to that, because I do keep an eye on it, and I look up and I see it's almost like 130 people, but only 38 likes. What the fuck do you come to this channel for? What do you come around here for? Really? And I don't have a subscribers only mode on. It's been open. My stream has been open for the past week. It's been open. Yeah, William, I'm aware of the commercials. I've opened that up. That's revenue for me and my channel. So I put that in there like that. That's another way for me to pick up revenue because, not citing anyone in particular, but Joe the Beast is the only person that sent a super chat this evening. So if I allow commercials on my stream and through my partnership with Google, I can receive revenue. But it's like, as I stated so many times, I've been out there listening to guys talk BS over the airwaves and everything, and people just throw money at them. And this, I don't do this for money only, but you have to understand that the quality of what I do, I can improve and get even better, generating revenue. Because I try to put my all into what I do here. There's people out here that they get on here and they be eating on the mic and all of that stuff. It's like, really? Huh? Picking their nose or whatever. Man, I don't have to explain myself, but you know what it is. But anyway, shout out to the mighty LDBC, and I'm out.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.